All right. Hello, friends. This is day 2 of working on our digital portraits. If you are behind and you have not done day 1, maybe you were absent or you fell behind in class, make sure you go check out my day 1 video located on Google Classroom under the assignment before you watch this video. Okay. So today, our goal is to add in a few more shapes and to start adding color. By the end of this video, we will all have a project that looks something like this, where it's still looking a little rough. We still have some tweaking to do, but we have color and a few more shapes. So the first thing we are going to do today is we are going to finish by adding in some highlights. So I'm going to go back to that curve tool of mine, and I am now going to look for areas of my picture where the light is hitting parts of the body that are brighter. So for example, my hair right there, I have a nice big highlight in my hair. I also have a nice highlight in my sweatshirt. I see some creases in my sweatshirt right there. I see my little neckline. I'm going to start adding in those larger details. Don't worry about facial features. We will do that next week. So as I do the highlights, I think I'll start with the sweatshirt. I'm going to zoom in because zooming in makes it a little bit easier to trace. I'm going to go and start tracing that highlight. You can notice I'm doing the best I can to get it. You also notice it's not exact, and that's okay. And bam. Okay, first highlight done. I also see another highlight a little bit right there. So I'm going to go and start tracing that one. All right, there's our second one. Let's work on that sweatshirt right there. I see there's like the little neckline. I'm not freaking out about getting it perfect because I can make it perfect later. Your goal is just to get close enough. Let me get that sweatshirt line. Okay, let's get these guys. They're a little bit tinier. One suggestion I have is to go slow. I've been doing a lot of these, so I'm a little bit quicker now, but when you're first starting out, you definitely want to go slower. It'll be a lot easier for you. Maybe I'll do one of these guys down here. Okay. And how about my hair? So for hair, everyone obviously has different hair. Mine's very curly or wavy right here. Maybe your hair is straight, maybe your hair is short. If you're working with hair that's a lot longer, like mine, you're going to want to add some hair texture in there. I'm going to make my curls, so I'm going to make it like wavy. If you have straighter hair, you're going to go with the grain of your hair. It's different for everybody. The one thing I need you to point out, though, is notice how I'm going back up the shape. That's because I need to connect the shape at the end. You need to have that long noodle. You don't want to just have a straight line because then you can't add color in there. You will also notice that I sometimes add in stuff that I don't see. For example, right here, I'm kind of adding in a curl because I know I want to have some other colors going in there. So sometimes I just add stuff in for funsies. Maybe I'll do another one right here. Okay, and you know what? Let's do another one over there. I can always add more later. You just want to get like a nice base. So the goal of your project right now is you want to add in any highlights in your hair, in your clothes. Maybe you have something super obvious that's a lot brighter. Maybe I can add one over here. But your goal for right now is to add in those highlights. Don't worry about small stuff. If you're tripping up over tiny things, leave it for later. We can always get back to it next week. All right. So at this point, I'm pretty happy with my layers. There's a lot of work to do, but you know what? For right now, I'm happy. But also right now, I'm a little overwhelmed, and I'm sure you're feeling the same way. There's a lot of lines going on. There's a lot of noodles. There's a lot of blue things. We got to move on to the next step, so that way we're not feeling so overwhelmed. So what I'm going to have you do is go to your select tool. You're going to click on your picture. Now, we are going to move the picture, but what I don't want you to do is I don't want you just to move it randomly off to the side, because then it's not going to be lined up perfectly. And for our next steps next week, we will need to be lined up perfectly. So I'm going to back arrow. To move your picture, you're going to hold down the Shift key on your keyboard. Again, you're holding down the Shift key, so I'm holding it down. Now I'm going to move my picture and notice how it's moving directly to the side. This by holding down the shift key, it encourages to go perfectly straight. It's not crooked at all. All right. So now our big goal is we need to go and change all these colors to match our body. Now, what you could do is, like, let's say I click on here, click on the skin, on the face, paint bucket. You could spend your time going through and clicking through and going to custom and trying to find the perfect color. But to be honest, that's going to take a long time and a lot of effort. I have something a lot easier for you. If you go to Google Classroom, I have attached a new link. It's called Color Picker Online. When you go to this website, you're going to upload your picture. I've already uploaded mine in advance, so I've uploaded my picture. And the way this website works is that in general, in the world, every color has a number that goes to it. No matter how different it is, like there's literally a little number that matches every single color. So what this website does is you can click anywhere on your picture and find out the number of that color. So let's say I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to click somewhere where I like the hair color. You can see right here, that's what it popped up as. Maybe you're not really liking where you clicked. You can always click somewhere else. You'll get a darker tone or lighter tone or whatever it may be. Maybe I'll click right there. And once I find the color I like, you're going to highlight and copy that color. Go back to your Google Drawing. I'm going to click on my hair, paint bucket. You're going to go add a color. See this number here? Delete it. Paste in that new color. And there you go. There is your hair color. Look how good that looks. You're also going to do one more thing. You're going to go up to the border color. You're going to change it to transparent. So that way it's not a coloring book page anymore. All right, let me do my other side of my hair. So I already have that color saved because I just used it. I'm going to click the color, border, transparent. There we go. And basically, you're going to do this for everything on your paper. Now, sometimes when you're on the color picker, let's say I'm trying to do my skin. And my skin tone is definitely a little pink. I'm very pale. But in this picture, it's kind of a darker picture. So I don't know if the color picker is going to necessarily get the perfect essence of my skin color. For example, I feel like that's really pink. Let's try this area. That one's a little too tan. Let's try this area. Still not perfect. If you feel like you're not getting the exact correct color for any part of your body, what you can do is get close enough on the color picker, copy that number, and this is what you're going to do. When you click on your face or whatever body part you're working on, I'm going to go to custom and add. I'm going to paste in that number. And remember how I said I wasn't perfectly happy with that color? Now, since I'm in the range of where I want to be, I can now drag this and watch this little dot and see it where I exactly like my skin tone. So I feel like right there, I feel like that's like my skin tone. So I'm going to push OK. And there we go. I'm a lot happier with that. Same with my hair. I feel like my hair is not actually this brown. So if I don't like it later on, I can just go back to push the plus sign. It's already in that range. So now I can just go and, ooh, yeah, right there. That's my hair color. Oh, so much better. Let me fix my other side. Done. All right. And basically, you're going to continue doing that. Now, let's say I'm going to go do my shirt. I think that was one of the last things I did. So let's go back to my color picker. Oh, that's cool. Do you know what I just realized? There's a palette down here. It kind of already pre-selected some colors for you, which is pretty cool. So you can always look at those as well. Okay, so I'm going to grab my shirt color. Okay. Oh, why did it turn gray? I think I clicked on something different by mistake. Let's try this. All right. Sweatshirt color, copy, paint bucket, add, delete, paste. I'm going to change it a little bit because that's a little dark. There we go. Okay. Now you're going to notice, look what happened. When I filled in my sweatshirt, it covered up my hair. And you can see over here that my hair is sitting on top of my sweatshirt. That will happen with some of your shapes, okay? Some of them might be in the wrong layer. The way you fix that is on your keyboard, you're going to look for the button in the bottom left-hand corner that says Control, C-T-R-L. You're going to hold that down. Then you're going to push down the down key. You're going to keep clicking that down key until it pops up with what you need. If you need to bring something to the front, so example, if I try again by push up, you'll see now it disappears. So you might need to play around with that a little bit as you go through coloring in all of your objects. And don't forget to change your borders to transparent every time. All right, so I'm going to keep drawing and highlighting. I'm going to do my hat next. Let's see. Like I said, sometimes the color picker, oh, there we go. I like that color. Copy. The color picker is great, but honestly, sometimes it's not perfect. So use it just to kind of get a gist of what you need, and then you adjust it on Google Drawing. So I like that for my hat. There we go. Now I'm going to come here. I'm going to add. I don't want to make it exactly the same brown because you see my brown's a little bit darker here and a little bit lighter there. But what I can do is I can use the base of the color I just used. Come back, go to plus. Now here I can go a little bit lighter. Just like that. And there we go. Now I can see I need to move the layer of this. So I'm going to hold down Control, go backwards. All right, I'm getting there. This is looking really good. My highlights, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to use the color picker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that blonde I had for my hair, which is right there. Perfect. Now that's the same blonde. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Add, and I'm just going to make it a little bit lighter. Okay. Perfect. Let me just take off that border. Good. I'm going to do it again over here. The color saved I just used. Turn off the border. Now, look what's going on here. I have it like off of the thing. If you need to move it, you can move it. Bam. Now it's on. Okay. Highlight. Border. There we go. All right, I only have a few more things to do. My neck color. See, my neck is here. That's my little neck. It's just kind of sticking in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it the same color as my face, which is this one. But I don't want it to match exactly because it might get a little lost. I'm actually going to go back to my color picker, go to Add, and I'm going to just go slightly darker because the neck has a shadow on it. So right there. Perfect. Yay. And then I'm going to hold down Control, push the back key. Or down key, I mean. And there we go. Well, you know what? I need it behind the sweatshirt. So I'm going to do it again. Hold down Control. There we go. Now it's hiding behind the sweatshirt. Change my border color. Let's change my face border color because I forgot to do that. Let's change my hat border color. Bam. Look at that. I'm almost there. All right. For these highlights. Now, I know I want to make all these highlights the same color. So watch what I can do. If I know I'm making multiple things the same color, I can click, hold down Control on your keyboard, and then continue clicking the other items. That will get all of your things that you want to change the same color. So I know all those I want the same. I'm going to come up here. I know I want to make the highlights just lighter than my sweatshirt. So I'm going to go back to that sweatshirt color. Then I'm going to go back to color, go to Add, and go slightly lighter right there. Push OK. Change the border color. And there we go. Oh, I forgot a hair. Last one. My hair is already saved. Change the border. And that's it for today. I know that was a lot. I believe in you. Don't worry about all these weird, awkward white areas you might have or weird looking lines. That's for next week. Next week, we're going to go over how to fix all of this. All right. So for today, you want to make sure you get done adding color and adding in highlights. Let me know if you need help.